So 15.7 is called combinations. And so on Friday we looked at permutations versus today we're looking at combinations. So the main difference is permutations is that the arrangement or what you might think of as the order is going to matter versus combinations, the order does not matter. So in a combination, if you have ABC, ABC is the same as BCA. Order doesn't matter. And just like with permutations, combinations has a little formula. So you'll have the number of objects, choose the number of factors. So this is number of objects. And the R is the number of factors. And you can write it out algebraically with factorial. So you can say n factorial, so the number of objects factorial, over the number of factors factorial, and then n minus r factorial. And so we're going to start with an example of one, and then I'm going to show you how to do it on the calculator. Remember on Friday with the permutations, it was you could write it out or you could do it on the calculator. So example number 1, we're going to do 12 choose 9 equals 12 factorial over 9 factorial, 12 minus 9 factorial. I think that pen's about dead. 12 minus 9 is what? 3. Okay, so you could write it out as 12 times 11, 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 9 factorial, which is 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and then another 3 factorial, so 3 times 2 times 1.
Pretty much it's 12 times 11 times 10.
Yes. So we've got 9 down here, and then this would simplify to 12 times 11 times 10 in the numerator, and in the denominator, the 3 times the 2. I got 220.
Where's the 3 times 2 come from? Because those were...
Because it was 9 factorial and then 12 minus 9 factorial. So I simplified the 9 through the 1, right? And that left me with the 3, 2, 1. Or you could take your calculator, bypass all this, and just go, you want to type the 12 first, and then go to the probability button, and then you see if you just arrow over to the second one with the C in the middle. That's the combinations. Hit enter. So you have 12, and then you want to type in the 9, and then you just hit enter, and look, 220, same answer. Okay? So calculator is your friend as long as you know how to use it. If you don't know how to use your calculator, then ask, please. All right? Any questions on example number 1 there? Example number 2. We're going to take a word like absolute, and we're going to find out how many combinations of the letters in the word are there, taking 3 letters at a time. Okay, so taking 3 letters at a time. First, you have to figure out how many letters are in absolute. So count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you're going to do 8, choose, and then they want 3 letters at a time. If you were going to write it out from the formula up above, you'd say 8 factorial over 3 factorial times 8 minus 3 factorial. And you can type it into the calculator this way if you want, or you can type it into the calculator this way if you want, or you can write the whole thing out. I'm just going to do it on the calculator from here. Oh, I'll do it from here. Why not? So let's do 8 factorial divided by 3 factorial. Go over. And then 8 minus 3 is obviously 5, so I'm going to do 5 factorial. Hit the equal sign, and it gives you 56. Okay. Any questions on number 2? We're good? All right, one more. All right, example number 3. So from a standard deck of cards, how many hands of 5 cards, all from the same suit, can be dealt? All right, hopefully you're familiar with a deck of cards. If you're not, you can actually, on your Chromebook, pull up a picture of what a deck of cards. They'll have like a whole deck of cards, and you can see there's 4 suits. There's 2 of them are diamonds and hearts, which are red, and then 2 of them are black, which are clubs and spades. And so you want to, if you just have one of the same suit, how do you guys know how many are in one suit?
13.
How many?
13.
13, right? So you're going to have 13, and you only want 5 of them, okay? So this is for one suit. And if you did this 4 times, you would have the full deck of cards. So I'm just going to take it and multiply it by 4, because in total there are 4 suits, right? So if you want to calculate that out on your calculator, I would calculate this first and then just take your answer and multiply it by 4. So I'm going to go 13, hit the probability button, type in the 5, gives you 1,287. That's just for one suit. So if they wanted 2 of the suits, you'd multiply it by 2. If they wanted 3 of the suits, you'd multiply it by 3, but they want all 4, so you go times 4. And we've got 5,148 different ways. This is why we don't gamble, right? You lose lots of money that way.